Assalamualaikum, guys. Welcome to TalkingPaint's Episode-02.
I am back.
I was gone for over a year, and I am so sorry for that. So what today I'm going to do is, so first let's give you an introduction what I'm going to do. I'm going to paint my beautiful, lovely phone. I have here with me a few of my acrylic colors. I have yellow, I have Prussian blue, I have sage green, I have burnt sienna, and a few other colors. And I'm gonna use my very favorite camel acrylics. Okay. Let me put the colors. I don't even know why I'm doing this. Okay, so
my canvas
instead
for
of
you
going
today.
all traditional art video, where people have a canvas or a copy where they paint, today I'm gonna paint on my beautiful phone. This is my canvas for today. Hope you guys enjoy. And I'm gonna use acrylic colors. First, let me bring my brush. I'm gonna use a flat 2-inch. It's a 1.5-inch brush. Let me put my phone cover off. Okay, so this is the back of my phone, and it's easily detachable. Let me show you guys the back. Okay, I wouldn't show it. Whatever. If you have a back cover which can be easily taken off, then I might recommend you doing it. But if you don't have one like that, if your back cover is attached to your phone, like that of my mother's, then I would not recommend you do this. If your phone might be waterproof or not, come on, that time you can just come to me and blame me for ruining your phone now, right? Whatever. It's been already 2 minutes, and I'm still not into the video. So let's get straight into coloring my phone. If I'm talking of why I was gone for 2019, I would have to say 2019 was a beautiful mess. Simply, it was so hectic. It was so traumatizing. And at the same time, I learned so many stuffs in this whole 365-day year. I don't even know if the word date exists. I have this habit of, creating my own words for my own word dictionary, something like that, whatever. That I was so new to this whole experiencing emotional breakdown and going through a lot of stuff. I was really new to this, and I couldn't balance a lot of my life things. A lot of my daily life stuff with the emotional roller coaster that I had been into. But alhamdulillah, everything kind of turned out good, and I'm still waiting for a few things to get done. I don't know what to say. I don't know if I can even actually talk about it. So, starting off with HSC. Okay, so those of you who know me, then you know I had HSC this year, and later I sat for admission tests. For those who didn't know, I was an HSC candidate of 2019, and I also sat for admission test in the same year like all other people in Bangladesh do. But what happened is I kind of got stuck in this whole social expectation thing where I don't know, I don't even know if I'm talking right. I don't know what happened to me, actually. I really don't know. I had everyone expecting a lot of things from me. Even my teachers, my parents, the society I live in. And this whole expectation thing threw me into a kind of, I don't know if I have a word for that, a kind of, a circle where you're always stuck and you just don't know how to come out of it. You're afraid what might happen in the future, where you were always asked, when you're always asked in Islam to not worry about the future. But I was worrying about the future so hard, that, it's more like I woke up in the morning, I did my works, which included worrying a lot, and I studied, and I worried, and I studied, and I worried, and at the end I just studied and I worried, and it wasn't even doing my prayers right. I mean, everything was a mess. I don't know. I mean, I might be overthinking, I might be overreacting, I don't know, but this whole first HSC and then admission test, and admission test is just not one test. It's this series of tests that you'll have to overcome and you'll have to sit for, and they have different question patterns and different things that you need to study for. It was so hard for me. I don't know why. I mean, I felt like I was losing all my positive potentials. I kind of lost enthusiasm in almost everything. I don't know why. And this whole thing was actually creating a very weird kind of mental stress. I mean, I am that kind of a person who would never ever consider mental or emotional issues as an issue. And I'd just rather go with the flow, enjoy my life, be all cheeky and buzzy and happy the most I can be in any situation, no matter where I am or how I am or what I am going through. But this one here, it was so weird, and I believe what happened was for the best, because at the end I kind of learned so many stuffs, and I am really grateful that all of these things happened to me, because if they didn't, I might not have learned the things that I've learned now. And I'm really, really grateful to Allah for this whole emotional roller coaster thing to happen to me. So, what I was currently doing to my phone, am currently doing to my phone is I am trying to give my phone a bit of a Bengali, color and stuff. If you're asking, if you're thinking why I'm doing this, I still don't know why I'm doing this. I haven't figured it out yet. I don't know. Whatever. I've been doing a lot of stuff that I don't even know why I'm doing. But okay, so let's get back to where I was. I was at lamenting, and okay, I wasn't lamenting actually. I was just stating facts. Whatever. So, after let's rewind to 2019. The first thing that happened in 2019 was one of the baddest don't even exist. One of the worst decisions I've ever made in 2019 was go for a place. It was an academy, like a coaching center, where I would give my pre-HSC model tests to kind of judge where my position was, other than taking the school-given model test. And that was such a bad decision. The questions in that academy were so hard, and that kind of put me off. Put me at a place. It literally threw me off from where I was, and I was so stunned at my performance. That was the first hit that I got in 2019, and from then on, it kind of rocketed up. I was so sad at my results, so sad at my performance. I don't know, I think I stopped talking to my friends after that. I don't know why I did that. I really don't know. I started behaving weirdly. I felt like, oh my God, every other person in that academy were doing very, very good. They were doing really great. On the other hand, I was being very, I don't know how to say that. I was being very naive, and I was just over worrying over stuff, and which kind of turned out my results to be very bad. And if you know me, then I think you know me, and if you don't know me, then not getting good grades kind of affect my mentality. I don't know why I am like that. I've been using, I don't know, oh my god, for so many times right now. Okay, so that's another new word thing. I mean, I've picked up on from watching a series. By the way. So, where was I? The thing with me is, I really can't be saddened by issues or things for a long time. I mean, I can't stay sad or unhappy, or I can't just grieve over things for a long time. What happens is I really shrug things off and go with the flow of life and try to be happy and live my life to the best. It's not like I get over things easily, which I don't. I don't get over things easily. I kind of, shrug things off easily. I mean, I kind of tend to do that to be happier, I guess, because I love being happy and cheeky and buzzy and, very high-pitched and happy all the time. But 2019 wasn't like that. I don't know why, but I just couldn't take myself out of that being sad circle. There was this video I had watched from Shaa Allah I, who's the founder of Assalamualaikum group. He once said that if you're ever stuck in a circle of being sad, that's actually going to make you sadder and sadder. Sadder doesn't exist. And eventually you're just going to be sad and you're going to be stuck in the cycle and you might never come out of that, which is going to affect your efficiency and finally turn you out to be a not very fruitful person, like not a very effective person, which you expect yourself to be. So this whole thing of being stuck in sadness happened to me, and I don't know why I started lamenting over things that I have never lamented in my life. I mean, I don't usually cry over stuff a lot, or lament over stuff like why did that not happen to me, or why did this not happen, or thing like that. But I kind of changed. I don't know why. I mean, I started questioning stuff. I started questioning fate, which I never did. I started questioning a lot of stuffs, and slowly and gradually I realized that I was losing myself, and still now I couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. I mean, what was the thing that actually caused me to be like that? Was it the exam stress? Was it the emotional stress I was going through? Or was it because of things or issues that I went through? Oh, to top it off, then this thing happened while the HSC examination. It was a situation where I would dare to say the word lost. I lost a person, a very, very important person of my life. It's not like the person died or something. I just lost her or him as a very great well-wisher of mine that the person was for a long time. And this whole situation of losing the person kind of put me to another series of sadness, which I realized I couldn't come out of. I mean, I was so sad of the whole situation at that point that while HSC exam was going on, I cried myself to sleep almost every other night. I used to wake up with puffy eyes, and the same thing happened over and over again, and it just kept going on. And I don't know, I mean, if it wasn't for my mother, I don't know if I could have even, and my father, who was great emotional, who was and will always be a very big emotional support for me. But if I'm singling it up, it was totally for my mother, for whom I came out of the whole HSC exam thing in one person, and I appeared the exams really great, I would have to say. I mean, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. It was such a blessing of, she's such a blessing of Allah that I don't know what I would do if she's not there. And I don't even want that to happen to me ever. Whatever, I'm being emotional right now. So that whole situation of losing that beloved person, which was due to an argument and a misunderstanding or something like that, stayed in me for a long time. I mean, it still is in me, and I am still not over the fact that I have almost lost the person. I wouldn't say almost. Actually, I have lost the person, and we are no longer great pals. But so this had a great deal of emotional stress on me, and I believe it was because of all of your prayers, and of course my mother, my family, Chadokalami, and my great bundle of friends. I mean, I have the bestest friends ever. I am still in one piece. So then this thing happened, and suddenly after this whole HEC stuff, the whole admission test trauma was thrown at my face, like all at once. I didn't even get a time to recollect myself and compose myself into, being emotionally fit. Oh, and this whole emotional stress also put a toll on my physical health. I kept being sicker and sicker, and I fell into illness over and over again, and I don't know why all of these things happened. But during this whole time, this one ayah of the Quran kept me, helped me to wrap things up really nicely and work on things really nicely and think about things really nicely. It is from Surah Al-Baqarah. I forgot the verse number. It's like this, that Allah does not burden a soul more than it can bear. And look how beautiful the ayah is. It gave me so much strength, because it gave me a time to consider my position that, oh Allah, do I really have that much of strength to take in this much stuff? And I guess it was because Allah was kind of, I don't know, it might be because of that. He was trying to show me that I could take in a lot of stuff if I was put into. Alhamdulillah. So, yeah. And then, and the whole admission test thing was really, 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 really worrisome and traumatizing, because I kept getting bad grades in my pre-admission coaching classes. The classes were really long. It possibly started from 8 or 9 a.m. in the morning, and it would end at possibly 3 p.m. or sometimes 2 p.m. and sometimes even 4 p.m. And they were even classes on Fridays. I didn't even get a day off, and it was so traumatizing, so hectic, because I had to learn and gulp down stuffs and studies that I have never learned in my life, all in a matter of 3 months, which was a great deal for me. There are so many people who might have gone through the same thing like me. They have went through HSC, they have gone through admission test, but they still turned out to be really great. They did really great in every single thing. And I might be overthinking again, but this whole test thing kind of just didn't work out for me. I don't know why. Okay, so back to why I was not YouTubing. because I lost all sorts of enthusiasm and everything. And the most horrific thing is, 1 whole year has passed and I have not yet painted. Not even a single thing. Like, I haven't painted a single painting in this whole 365 days. Isn't that crazy? I mean, I loved painting so much, but I just couldn't find an inspiration inside of me that would make me, paint. But I am trying to get back with painting by doing some small artworks here and there, but I haven't taken up any bigger project this whole year. Like, wow, I feel like this whole year, and I haven't done anything, like nothing that I could actually tell and, feel good about that. Oh, I did this year, I did that this year, I memorized this part of the Quran, I studied that hadith, I watched this whole series of lectures, I painted these many, canvases, I took part in a workshop, I took part in an exhibition or anything, or I just didn't do anything this whole year. And that was when I came up with a video of Muhammad Zira, where he kind of talks about how, always running for worldly success, worldly everything, and fulfillment in your dreams is not always everything, because at the end of the day, you need to feed things to your soul, just like you need to feed your worldly body with food and other necessities. And the food to your soul is actually your connection with God. Like, it's actually how hard you're working to build your connection with God, what things you're doing to impress your God, to impress your Creator, is actually what matters at the end of the day, because this is what you're going to take with you when you die. And if you can, make your soul happy, then eventually you'll be happy, and this is going to give you all the goodness and happiness and every other thing that you felt like you lagged in, even after getting all the worldly dreams, or even after fulfilling all the worldly things that you've ever dreamt of. This post kind of made me take a step back, sit down, and rethink of all the things that I have, all those spiritual things that I have left, just to give enough time to worldly stuff so I could, succeed in worldly life. And I think it had a great impact on me. I don't know how to explain it. I mean, it helped me so much to kind of recollect myself and, point out the problems that I was actually having in my life, and slowly start working on them so that I could solve it. You're wondering how I made this cone? It's nothing special. I just took this square piece of polythene. You can see one right here. Then what I did is I folded one of the edges. By the way, I did not do it. My younger sister, she did it for me. Like, yay, perks of having a younger sister. Whatever. So I folded it like this, and bas, it's ready. Okay, I was at Rewinding 2019, and after, the post thing and recollect and working on solving my problems and giving a little bit more attention to my mental health, I realized this one thing, that no matter how happy you are from the outside, or no matter how many good things you have in this world, or no matter how rich you are, or even if you're the most successful person in the world, it's okay to have emotional issues. It's okay to have mental stress. It's okay to have anxiety. It's okay to have a lot of problems related to your mental health, because there are different situations. Sometimes stress can kind of lead us to a lot of other mental health problems. So it's okay if any of you are out there and facing things like that, and it's okay if you can't talk it out to people, because sometimes if you're living in a desi culture, the whole mental health issue is, I don't know why, not considered as a health issue even. So yep, if you're one of them, or if you're a person who is facing mental health problems, or you're suffering from anxiety or depression, oh, by the way, I am so grateful, alhamdulillah, that I did not go into depression. Depression is so deep, it's so real, and it's so hard. I have seen people suffer. I have seen a very, very, very close person of mine go through that, and it was really hard for her, but alhamdulillah, I did not go through that. It was just a circle. I wouldn't say just, it was a very vicious circle, but it was a sad circle of sadness. So here I am, currently recording for you guys. I have learned a lot of stuff from 2019, and I am never, ever, ever going to, not take care of my mental health ever again. And for everyone out there who has sat for admission test with me, it does not matter whether you've gotten into a great university or not. No matter where you are, even if you're in a private university, because come on, private universities are cool. No matter where you are, even if you're in a college, it doesn't actually matter where you are, and it matters where you will be in the next, I guess that also does not matter, whatever. But it's okay if you haven't done a great thing in the admission test. It's okay. It's almost like not scoring a great deal in your JC exam, but doing really great in your SSC exam. So you have a lot of things left in your life, and you don't have to worry about it. You see, over worrying made me emotionally sick, mentally unfit, and of course, this whole emotional mental thing also affected my physical well-being. So don't do this to yourself. Don't get sad, or don't remorse in thinking that what will others say that I am not into a great university or I'm not into a great college. Because it's not others that are gonna, face this whole situation of sadness and every other thing. It's you who is gonna do it. It's you who is gonna have to go through the whole thing. And no matter how many times we say that we're in a society, we have a great family, we have great friends, there are some things that you just have to deal on your own, and there are times when you just can't open up. So don't make yourself sad if you're not being able to achieve anything, or because you're not being able to get something that you really, really want to do. Sometimes not even because of yourself, because of peer pressure, because of, uncles and aunties. And oh yeah, I did have a phase with uncles and aunties where uncles used to come to my dad and brag about their sons and daughters, great grades in the pre-admission coaching, and that would kind of upset my dad because, I did not get that good grade. Okay, by the way, but my parents were really, really, really supportive. They were like, they were always like, even if they were sad, they would be like, it's okay, we understand, and we hope, and we are praying it's gonna be great. They're so cool, alhamdulillah, and I'm just so grateful, alhamdulillah. Okay, so, and if you haven't sat for HSC this year, or if you're sitting for HSC this year, or if you're gonna appear for the admission tests, whenever you do it, just make sure to keep calm, because if the thing is good for you, it's gonna happen, and if it's written in your fate, it's gonna happen. If you just want something, work hard for it. Don't think about the results. Results come from Allah. So if you're wondering what is happening to you and why, if you're working really hard but you're still not getting what you want, it means it's not good for you. So that's why maybe Allah is not, giving that to you or kind of considering that for you. But if it's good for you and if you're working really hard for it, then I'm sure Allah will give it to you, because there's just no fruit in stressing out rather than harming your own self. So just keep calm and go with the flow, and make sure that no matter what happens, you have taken care of your mental health. You have had enough fun. You have had fed your soul nicely with prayers, with improving your connection with Allah, and you're happy. Make sure you're happy no matter what. Make sure you're happy at the end of the day, like really, really happy from the inside. So my phone painting is almost done here, and I'm almost done with my ranting. Thank you for listening to this whole 30-minute long ranting. I mean, it's the longest video I've ever filmed, I guess. To all of the subscribers who've been with me for this long, even though I did not upload regularly, thank you so much for being there. I mean, I don't know how to thank you enough. Thank you so much. And please make sure to keep me in your prayers. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe, and hope you guys have a great new year. Okay, I think I'm gonna end it right here. This is how my phone looks finally. And if you're trying this out at home and you've ruined your phone after that, don't blame me, please. and yep, I'm done with repeating and over again. So hope you guys have a great new year, and I am going to try to be as regular as possible in TalkingPaint. So without further ado, Assalamualaikum.